Today we're going to talk about two former Steelers receivers whose current situations we're not too surprised by. All that and more, Big Deek News. First, we're starting off with AB, Mr. Business is Booming, Mr. Big Chest, Ronald Ocean, Tony Toe Tap, whatever nickname you want to call him. Well, he became the owner of the Arena League's Albany Empire just a couple months ago. We all know that story, right? We're up to date on that. But just a few days ago, he was booted from the league along with the team. So I'm here to give you the complete timeline of the AB ownership tenure with the Empire. So let's get into it. First, AB becomes owner of the Albany Empire. This was a nice story to start off too, because AB's father, Eddie Brown, was actually playing in Albany when he was in the Arena League when AB was growing up. So this was a full circle moment, good vibes, but then everything went downhill after that. Before the season began, longtime Albany Empire coach Tom Manas was fired. Coordinator Damon Ware replaced Manas as the head coach. And then for the home opener, AB, even though he was the owner, was asked to leave the field by security, but refused. Not a good look. As the season goes on, new head coach Damon Ware and 8 players leave the team, citing they had not been paid in 2 weeks, and reports said AB even locked some players out of the team hotel. AB's response to the situation was this.
You know payroll, right? You know paychecks. You know you just can't get paid when you want, right? Right? You know they run a course, right? I'm not here to try to preeminate the negativity of the back and forth or the minutia of the business.
Now with Ware out as the head coach, former coach Tom Manas, remember him, he decided to come back to coach the Empire again. And then shortly after that, AB says he'll actually play a game for the team. Then 2 weeks after Manas' return, he said he had enough and resigns as the coach, saying his vision and organization's vision didn't match. But the story goes on. AB didn't end up playing in that game he said he would, leaving a sold-out Empire Stadium disappointed, and afterwards he attempted to recruit Cam Newton on Twitter to be Albany's quarterback for one game, paying him $150K. A few days after that, Marquise Pouncey, AB's former Steelers teammate, took to social media to say that he and his brother would join forces with AB and play for the Empire for free. So things were looking up. AB was set to actually make his debut June 17th, but a few days before that did a shirtless interview which involved him declaring that he saved the Albany Empire. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be a team in Albany, and that the other owners in the NAL don't have his type of money. Also ripped on his own players and spoke multiple times in the third person. The following day, AB and the Albany Empire were booted from the league. So there you have it, the beautiful but sad and pathetic yet entertaining timeline of AB's ownership of the Albany Empire. I don't think any of us are surprised at the outcome, right? I was wondering, though, if they had an over-under for how long AB would last as an owner of an Arena League team. I wonder what it would be set at. A year? 6 months? And I know hindsight's 20/20, but we all would have taken the under, right? But at this point, I feel like we all share similar sentiments anytime AB's name is popping up in these headlines. You just got to hope that he can get down on the right path and he can get people, better people around him going forward. That's all. You wish him the best, but he's not helping himself, obviously. But now let's segue to another former Steelers receiver whose story arc we really aren't shocked by, and that's Chase Claypool with the Chicago Bears. Just recently, a Chicago radio station reported that those within the Bears organization right now aren't really impressed with what Claypool has been bringing to the table on and off the field.
I have heard from a few people inside that building that he is not somebody who is very self-motivated. There's a long way to go. Chase Claypool can change the narrative. Waddle always likes to say, if you want to change the narrative,
change the narrative.
So Chase Claypool can do so. All I can tell you is it isn't trending in a way that the Bears have wanted it to trend in this offseason. Chase Claypool is a guy that they've wanted to see some things from. They have not been able to see those things from him on and off the field. All those things don't sound great for Claypool going into training camp on where they think he's going to be.
Oh. Yawn. this is old news here in the Berg. Why do you think we were so okay with Claypool getting traded midseason last year? Now, to be honest, too, I wasn't completely cool with the trade early on, if you guys could remember. I wanted Kenny Pickett to have as many good targets as he could have at his disposal for his rookie season. And as much as we do want to rip on Claypool, he is still a solid receiver. It doesn't hurt having him as your wide receiver 3. But then I think it was the following day, a tweet was sent out by Josina Anderson saying that the Steelers may have not really viewed Claypool as a good culture fit going forward. And at that point, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. Like, we can agree, again, that Claypool is a good receiver, but he's just not the franchise guy that we expected him to be, nor is he the top 3 receiver he thinks he is.
I know for a fact I am not like the rest of the guys in the NFL.
Talk your talk,
I know I'm a top 5 receiver. I know I'm a top 3 receiver.
Yeah.
We all had high hopes for him after that 11 touchdown rookie season, but it just appeared that he didn't really improve off of it, because his next season he ended up with, I think it was less receiving yards. It was around the same. It was 800 and then definitely less receiving touchdowns. Now, I'll give him credit for some of the really nice catches he's made throughout his Steelers tenure, but all too often I feel like we were left scratching our heads at his 50-50 ball tactics where he'd be like falling away. And then you'd have some of the off-field / personality stuff pop up on occasion, which all led to us being open to trading Claypool in the middle of last season. And again, I think we got to give a shout out to the Bears for making that deal happen. Thank you for that 32nd overall pick and for consequently Joey Porter Jr. But that's it for this edition of Big Deke News on a Monday. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your thoughts are on the 2 topics discussed for today, AB and his ownership tenure with the Albany Empire, and the reports of Chase Claypool not impressing the Bears brass over in Chicago. But that's it. Stay chilling and peace.